All right. So her service is really bad. But I'm gonna try to get her back in. But if y'all couldn't hear what she was saying, hey,
We're
you back
good.
in?
Woo. All
All good.
right. This'll work.
Okay. My bad, my bad. Hey, so as y'all can see, she's actively working because service is probably horrible wherever she is. But um, how you doing though? Everything good with
Say that again.
you? Okay. How you doing? Everything good?
Oh yeah. Everything's going smoothly.
Okay.
Been a week. And it's a 4-week course. So just taking it a week at a time. But they sent me all the way to New Jersey. So that is why
Oh,
my service is pretty bad.
oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. New Jersey?
New Jersey, Fort Dix.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, yeah. It's crazy because I went to DLC at Fort Dix. Yeah.
Nothing
It's
out here,
so
man.
trust me. Okay. Yeah, yeah. So we'll go ahead and get it started. Tell the people a little bit about yourself and where you're from.
All right. So first, Kiana Andrews. I'm a sergeant out here in this army. I'm originally from Maplesville, Alabama, but luckily, I'm a drill sergeant right now, so I'm enjoying my time in South Carolina. But for 4 weeks, I will be here in Fort Dix, New Jersey, at AOC, trying to get promoted soon after. Living the life. After I'm done with South Carolina, though, I'm on my way to Port Carson.
Okay. Yeah.
Got to expect that one.
Hey, it's a big change. I'll tell you that. Okay. So how much longer do you have on the show?
So I'm done with the trail in July.
Okay.
Yeah.
How was your time on the trip?
Very interesting. It's very interesting, especially with being with different MOSs.
Mhm.
Especially like when it comes to the infantry side, you meet different people, see how they work in the army, which is it's way different than a 42 Alpha. I tell you that. But the experience to just meet other like people in MOS, meet just trainees from all across the world, that's the dope experience because sometimes we think we got it bad.
Gotcha.
You know about it.
Oh, yeah, oh, yeah. That's why I was saying, like, I think that's where I had met you was on the trail down there in freaking 313. So I know about it. Trust me. Trust me. Dealing with different MOSs and everything. It can get a little tricky. Because everybody come from a different walk of life and they have their own freaking way of doing things. So you really gotta come equipped to be able to work with different types of people, and So yes, it can be stressful. Trust me.
Yes.
Okay. Let's go ahead and get in. Tell the people a little bit about your military history. Um, like where you did basic AIT and what's your MOS besides being a drill sergeant?
Well, I feel like I've been at Fort Jackson forever, but that is where I did my basic training, Fort Jackson, and since I'm a 42, I did the same place for AIT as well. Right after that, I went straight to Korea, then went to Fort Rucker. I got lucky and got to a reserve unit out in Georgia, East Point, and now I'm here in South Carolina. And overall, the experience, I'm trying to find the right words for it. Because when I started in Korea Everybody is so tight knit over there because we're so far away from home. I was only 18, and that was my first time being away from home. So to be around other people that was, experienced the same mindset I had, it kind of made us family there.
Okay.
From Korea though, that's when I noticed like the toxicity, I would say, in the military because, being back in the States, people didn't think the same way as the people I was used to in Korea. So that was a huge difference. And it was like people, about themselves, which is okay
Right.
because what we see that was a lot of NCOs, and at the time I was just, a little private. So all that did when I saw that was show me like what I did not want to be like. And I tell my battle buddies, like the army is more than just where we at right now. That's
Yeah.
why, like to this day, I'm thankful I did go to Korea first because I got to experience an actual family out there. So it's like if you just start out in a place that completely suck, I'm just like you got to give it another shot because everywhere isn't going to be the same. So really, I just had, it's been rough, but it's crazy. Like the reasons why it's been rough, it's never been, the job itself, more so
Mhm.
just the people that you have to deal with. And it's crazy because a lot of the issues came from like females. And I'm like, man, we supposed to be like one team, one team. Like we supposed to make it easier for one another. But I like since I've been here in school, like that shows the difference. But here, right, it's nothing but reservists and a lot of National Guard. I'm like the only active duty person here. But even in the class, we're close knitted. Like they pretty good. Like we all females, we trying to make sure the females stay on top of each other to make sure, we do things right. So it's just all over. You're gonna have a different experience everywhere. I'm thankful for it all because it me, shapes me up to be like what I'm trying to be in this career. Because I do plan to make it a career. Halfway there.
Okay. Okay. So you say halfway. So that means you got 10
I,
years.
almost at my 10. Almost at my 10. So I'm like, if I'm going to make it a 10, might as well do the other.
Might as well. 'Cause if not, that'd be 10 years that you wasted, and you could have been to that pension. So
Exactly.
really, I tell you, yes, I'm at 10 and a half. It'll be 11 in November.
Woo.
Yeah, I'm, uh, I'm getting there. So I think I'm gonna stick it out. I think it's the best. Like my family is behind it, so I think it's the best. It's the best. idea. So go ahead and stick it out. Just have a little extra income to fall back on.
Yeah.
Especially in like these days, you don't know what the retirement plan is gonna look like whenever we get old. But it's you might not have nothing the way
Yeah.
the government is. So I don't know. Okay, all right. I heard you that you had went through a unit with well you had went through a reserve unit. How was that?
Say that part again. Went through.
I heard you mention that you had went to a conversion. How was that?
Oh, an eye opener. It was a
Okay.
huge eye opener. Like how different we all, work. Like you got active duty, you got AGR, you got reservists, people that the ones come in on the weekends. Like it's completely different. The systems they deal with completely different than what I'm used to, as well. So you meet some though that still have the same mindset as you. Like they love the military, they want to do it forever. Then you have some, it was just like, do you want to be here?
Yeah.
You really want to be here? Because I can't tell, you know. But it's a different breed. you got to really stay motivated. Like if you reserve, you AGR, like you really have to stay motivated because you only come in like once a month, really, and then one time out of the year you'll do like a training that's more than 1 week, but that's like once. So it's
Yeah,
like you really have to stay motivated if you're not active duty. So we say
definitely.
it's hard. Like I'm going back to being a drill, right? You know, all the time we have to put in at the company, right? And we find it hard to work out. You got to think about uh, the ones that are not active duty that have to find that time to actually get it in because they do have outside jobs. So it was like you learn a decent amount, like their balance between having a regular life, you know, civilian work, and then having to come in and do military work whenever they're called in to do so. So that was an eye opener.
I definitely feel you. Hey, so it's funny because I come from the reserve side, so I know exactly what you're talking. So I had to, I had to stay motivated and make sure that this is what I really wanted because um, coming in, I came in from being a reserve drill sergeant. So then I wound up getting on active duty orders to just be out here. So I've been out in uh, at Fort Jackson for forever now.
Yeah.
I think me and one of your battle buddies that was in your company with me and Boston.
Yep.
So we came from in Florida. So um, we both went on this year mobilization together where we was training Navy augmentee called Task Force Marshal. It's on a detachment base of Fort Jackson. It's probably like 5 miles away from Fort Jackson, but it's on the National Guard base. Um, Navy Argentine, and we did that together for a year. So basically, we was like instructors. Then we both went up to the academy. That's where I know exactly what you mean dealing with the reserve side and dealing with active. Everybody's different. Everybody has their own like systems that they use, and you have to get equipped with this and that to be able to do it with everybody. So the big time is difficult. Then certain things that the reserve side does, the active side does differently. So it's kind of whatever. I mean, I know we all have the same bigger picture goal is serving in the military, but it's still different. You know.
Yeah.
So on the podcast, as I mentioned, we're gonna keep it 100%. We're not gonna name bash or name drop or bash any military branches, but we are gonna keep it real. So you're free to say whatever you guys say, whatever you feel comfortable saying. But I want to touch on a little bit of the mental health side. I know, like on my last two podcasts, I talked to reach out and talk to some people about uh, mental health in the black community, but more since one, I want to talk about mental health in the black female. How do you feel about mental health in the black female, or what's the current state of it, and how do you feel like it's better with black females dealing with mental health and issues that's going on?
Whew.
Whatever you feel comfortable talking
Look,
about.
yeah, I'm trying to, make sure I heard everything right because you're going in and out. I'm trying to find this perfect service over here. I'm trying to move around a little bit. But mental health, and then like the black females, okay. Mm. Mental health, period, is like a big topic because people feel like, they get frowned upon when they go and actually seek help. But us, as black people growing up, mental health wasn't a thing. Like
Yeah.
you say you're depressed, you say you feel a certain way about something and don't even understand why you're feeling it. We'll be like, nah, just you good. You just, acting right now. And it's difficult, like, especially as black women, because we get told, we got anger problems. Like, we don't look, we always mad. We always got this look on our face that we don't want to be bothered. But really, majority of the time, we see a lot of things, hear a lot of things, and don't really know how to respond to it. So the way that we handle it is sometimes just being quiet. Us being quiet, guess what? Now you got an attitude problem, right? Now you got a problem with me. And it's like sometimes you can voice how you feel, and you just got like, I think where we fail to communicate it properly is when we just on attack mode. We
Gotcha.
don't know how to turn like that attack mode off and just communicate. Some people are receptive, whenever we do try to communicate, they do try to listen. A lot of people don't. And it's just like, you're really messing with my head right now because you're not understanding where I'm coming from. And then, as far as like trying to think, okay, maybe I'm just losing my mind, I'm going to talk to someone else about it. I've thought about it, speaking to a therapist. But it's just like, do we really want to let somebody else in? Like, if these people we work with can't understand us, why would these people understand us? And we just don't like to open up and like get people into our business and our heads because, sometimes people can be afraid of that. Like when somebody really get up in there and try to find a root problem to something, we don't really want to hear it. It's like, we'll go, but we have to be willing to listen to it. Like the mental health is huge because when we feel like we can't talk about it because we're going to get deemed as being angry or having an issue every time something comes up, we just don't say anything. And then it just keeps building and keeps building and keep building. But that's never going to, that's not going to help anything.
Right. Okay.
But I never understood why. I just, I said, I'm going to go one day, but then I keep putting it off. I'm like, when I'm
Yeah.
done with this, I'll go. And then never go.
Yeah. Okay.
Like we just keep falling into a trap. Like we like, okay, we talk about it, it'll change. Things change for like 2 or 3 days in the workplace, but then it goes right back to it. It was like, okay, we're gonna talk about it again. It'll
Yeah.
change again for a few days. It's just, you know, one of those where I feel like we just afraid to take that next step. But I think
Mhm.
that's all across the board too. Black females, black males, period. Like I feel like it's just that thing that we just don't feel is necessary, even though in the military definitely is very necessary.
Hey, so feel you 100%, and I see you also got somebody on here coming. Miss Peterson, she's also a drill sergeant. I see she's tuned in to the live. Agreeing with you, she's telling you to preach. So, but yeah, so I agree though. It's all across the board with black females, black males. I think more so minorities, period, because we all go through different battles, and like I was talking to the previous episode, I was speaking on mental health and trying to get different avenues that black men could actually use to like vent or to get things out or different things that they can do to like better help them because we go through a struggle every day. No matter whether we have a great day or a bad day, we still go through struggles because we look like totally different than everybody else because we already like when we walk into a room it feels like we already got a bad name for ourselves.
Yeah.
And it's like now I gotta really prove myself to like stand out to for you to actually accept me. Which it might not be said, but perceived the way that we feel because us growing up, we've always told black you gotta be strong. No
Hmm.
need for stop all that crying. Babies cry. You need to cry. Hey, you need to be a man about this and be a man about that, and make things. growing up, I was always taught that to make whatever happen and take care of our family, not knowing that I need to take a second sometimes and work on my mental, make sure I'm good, because even though I'm making sure everybody else good, what's gonna happen whenever I break down? It's like,
Yeah.
who am I gonna talk to? What's really gonna happen? So, but I say growing up, that's how we was taught, and that's how we was raised. Though is to be, and nowadays you have to take a second and think, or take a second and try to find that one person who you can like talk to, and actually somebody who will listen and give you different avenues, different techniques or things that you can work on. And I know it may sound redundant, but going to MRT, Master Resiliency Training,
Yes.
look, that there have you thinking about some shit that you would never think about, and getting into perspective and actually seeing that, hey, damn, if I take this approach or a different approach, this outcome might be a little better.
Mm-hmm.
So, I tell any minority soldier or any soldier period, if you have anger problems, go to MRT. You might not want to be there, but
And
go there and do different things to help you look at situations different, and you'll be able to make better decisions, or at least be able to cope with different types of people in different situations, because you're not caught up in.
yeah.
So, because a thinking trap will ruin you. Because if you think a certain way about a person before you even meet them, you already ruined.
Mm-hmm.
You already feel like, well, I'm not even going to accept this person because I already know who they are and what they're going to do. Not knowing that person can be the person to save your life or change your life, because you already judged them before you even met them. And I feel like, um, as black people who go through, person already got a pre-judgment about you before you. They get somebody else that actually get their real view of them. It's crazy, but that's how a lot of it goes, though. I didn't mean to go on my rant.
No, no,
Yeah,
no. That's good.
but I like to talk to the culture that actually maybe somebody needs to hear it, and we're gonna keep it up going. But yeah, so if you find that one person that you can talk to them. If they're willing to listen, listen. They might not say something that you want to hear, but if they give you that hard love that you need to hear, sometimes the hard love is good. If you have a person that always agrees with you about everything, sometimes you need a person that doesn't agree with you, that's going to tell you, nah, you need to take a different approach, because you listen to that one person all the time, it could also screw you up.
Mm-hmm.
To throw you off of the people who are in your circle, but you need to hear the positive, and you need to hear the bad. You need to hear the pros and the cons, so you can actually weigh them out and try to level them out and find a happy medium. Um, I feel like that's a lot of things that we don't do either, but as a culture, we got to do better,
Yes.
and, and we have to talk to people. We can't not talk to people. We got to talk to people, but you know, it'd be like that. But but with everything that's going on, I know it's kind of complicated for us to actually accept different people in different races in certain ways. But we have to learn how to, especially if you work with all different types of races. You being bottled up because of some things that's going on ain't gonna help your work situation. You still gotta talk to people. You still gotta try to open up and learn different people so it can make your situation better also.
Yep.
Because granted of what's going on in the world, not all white people are this way, not all black people are this way, all Mexican, Puerto Ricans, whatever. Not all of these people are the same way that you see different things being perceived on the news. I still have I still have best friends who are white. I got best friends who are black. I got best friends who are Mexican. I got friends who I cope with all over the military and in my civilian world too. That's all different races, nationalities, and all of that. And I will never lose my friendship with them because of one person from their culture did something wrong. I mean, I feel like they be a real person with all of my friends. I mean, yeah, we might have disagreements and not agree in certain situations or things that's happening, but that's life. Mhm.
Hmm.
But okay, yeah. So we're going to move into another subject. This here is kind of big for I know the black female. So I want to talk to you about black women in relationships. Yeah, we going all the way in. Um, tell me, um, tell me, how do y'all feel about relationships and like what's going on with the black women in relationships, or what they feel black males can do better, or just something about some relationship
Whew.
that's going
Okay, black women in relationships. Like, how I feel about black women in relationships. We are, like you said, we already get looked at a certain type of way. Some people love black women, but a lot of people feel like black women, like I said, are angry, aggressive. But the thing is, we just don't like take anything you say, right? Like what they say, we talk back. I mean, like we talk back, and I mean that's just how it is. Like especially when you're dealing with an intellectual, like female,
right.
black female, like when they smart, when they have their own opinions, like you could say something to us, and if we don't respond the way they want us to, we're angry, and it's like that's a terrible way to look at it. And like right now, I am in a relationship, and I say what we have dealt with, the most is communication wise, right? We just finding a way to make sure we're communicating day in, day out, because that's my big thing, right? Communication. And of course, when the communication isn't there, I'm going to say something. But him as my man, right? He doesn't get mad at how I feel, because we women, we are entitled to our feelings. Like we feel the way we feel, and that's okay because it's our feelings, it's our emotion about it. And that's where I guess people take it wrong. Like when somebody feels a way about something, they're entitled to that. It's up to you to change it. See, he works on changing that for me. Like if I feel a certain way, okay, I'm gonna work to do better by that. Like do better. And it's all more than just words though, it's actions behind it. So it's like if you could communicate what's bothering you, what you but you can't just communicate about negative things. Like you have to talk about the good in it too. You have to let them know like you appreciate them, you love them, like you you want the best for them. You're gonna support them in any and everything they do. Like it can't just all be negative. Because if it's all negative, that's like nagging, and nobody wants to be with a nagger, right? Like somebody that's just constantly nagging, right? I feel like you know and if you don't like black women, it's okay. It's okay if you like other races. It's just you don't have to degrade us to build up the other woman. And I think that's where things get bad right there, because people want to be like, no, I don't like black women because they do this, this, this. You can have a preference. You can have a preference without bashing the other.
Yep.
So it's like black women in relationships. I mean, like I said, there's a lot of people love black women. You just gotta, they'll find you. If you
Yeah.
what they looking for, they gonna find you. You just, like I said, you can't just be negative all the time though, and you won't be. Like you'll have that one that makes you wanna do better. That's gonna challenge you mentally and like physically. Like me, I don't really like working out, so we try to get each other up and actually physically moving. We do that together, right? Like, look, I like adventure. I'm an adrenaline junkie. He's not. But you know what? When I want to try something different, he'll do it with me.
Yeah.
But just like he'll do what I want to do, you got to be able to do what your person wants to do too. If they want to go ride go karts, even though it give you anxiety, just being on a go kart and getting hit, you still do it because they're gonna do for you and you do for them. It's not all about taking, taking, taking. You got to give a little to get some. Females, I mean, males, they have their pride. They pride be up here,
Yeah, they're probably.
but you got some strong women that's up there too. You just got to
Mhm.
find a balance.
I got you. Okay, I agree. I agree. You have to find you got to find that happy medium.
Yeah.
You have to find it. Because I tell you, just keeping it 100% honest with you, I wasn't always the best with communication. I lacked in communication for a long time in relationships and just people, period. Because I'm more of a chill and relaxed guy. I'm like more laid back. So, I did like communication, and even with my current marriage, I used to lack with communication, but I'm getting better with it, and it was something that I had to work on, and I know I got to work on it. So I had to, but just finding my own avenues and my own thing to actually get me better with it has helped a lot. Again, I'm not the perfect man, and I don't think no man is the perfect man. Everybody has a flaw. Everybody has something wrong with them. So I can't promise, that I'm gonna be perfect, but I can promise that I'm gonna give you me.
Hmm.
Hopefully I agree. It's obviously, there's always somebody that is gonna be a person for you, whether you know it or not. But once you find that person, you try to do whatever you can, especially if they accept you for 100%, not looking for some fabrication or some fake person. If they accept you for all your flaws and everything you do for them, I think that's the best person,
Hmm.
especially if you're trying to reciprocate that and actually give it to them also.
Yes, sir.
So I agree because I know mine. She's 100% behind every little avenue or every little thing that I want to do. If nobody else is there, she's there either rooting me on or telling me that, hey, um, you might not want to do this right here. Or if it's something good, she's right there telling me, hey, go for it. I'm behind you. Whether or not she knows anything about what I'm doing, if she can be something positive, that's what she is. So yeah, you gotta find a person that's gonna be able to accept you and actually motivate you. So
Yeah.
I agree. And what they don't do, you can help them do, and what you don't do, they can help you do, and y'all can meet it on the middle. I agree. So okay. Right. So I know. Hey, we're gonna have to get on here the next time because I know they're probably dealing with that yellow phase trail
Yeah.
mess and all that. But we gonna get on here though. But I want to know. Tell me some of your military goals. Some of your goals that you have that you want to accomplish in on before you actually get out.
Oh, I'm, I'm doing one right now. One of the goals I had set for myself, like on the trail, like I said, you being an influence on new kids coming into the military. That's something I did want to do. I didn't know how soon I wanted to do it, but I kind of got told, so it kind of gave me a little push. Um, that was one thing. That was a big thing. Just being a drill, actually seeing what it was like dealing with, civilians coming into the army, trying to train them up.
Yeah,
Right. That's one. The other, my other goal is just to go warrant. Like once I get halfway through that other half, I'm trying to just be cruising until that
Yeah.
20 hit. That's my other goal.
Okay. Yeah. Good. Good. I like. Yeah. I had a thought to go warrant before I end my career. But I'm in transportation, so I wanted to go 88 series warrant or whatever. So maybe within my last 4 or 5 years, I might go a warrant to try to end off the career or whatever. But I agree. Warrant is actually, from what I perceive or what I see of it, it's actually a decent gig. I mean, you kind of in your own bubble. You do your own thing, and then you come in, whatever table you outside, and then you out of there. And it's like, hey, I got you.
That's
Okay,
the life right there. Don't bother me. I'm here to do my job. Get on.
yeah, go on. Okay. So so tell me some of your future goals besides the military. Like what you want to do in like civilian life. Like if you have like side hustle or like
Other goals, like, all right, so one goal outside of the military, right? That I'm real big on right now. I'm missing a good bit, like a good portion of my daughter's life, because I'm constantly doing this army stuff. So by the time I retire, she will be 18.
okay,
Before if she decided to go to college, uh, that's up to her. But before she do go, I'm trying to travel with her. We're gonna go to at least 3 or 4 places that she's always wanted to go. And it's gonna be me and her, just gone.
yeah,
Outside of that, trying to have my family up here in Carson. Expand the family a little bit. That's all I be wanting is family. I want to add to my family. Yes. And
talk about go ahead, go ahead.
the trail holding me up now.
Okay. All right. You talking about something family. That's why you want to have some more. Hey, listen.
That's the plan. Look, gotta
Okay.
what the Bible say? Be fruitful and multiply. Yeah.
Hey, all right. Hey man, do what you do.
I'm trying to skydive too. That's another goal. That's one more
Got
on
that?
my bucket list. I'm trying to take off skydiving.
Hey, look. Hey, I like to do it. I say this. I still haven't done the parasailing or none of that.
That's fun.
And the skydiving sounds so good. I mean, like I flew an airplane. We did a little thing. I flew a airplane, and I got a couple hours in my pilot book. But but I don't know if I want to be no pilot. Nah,
Do that all the time. Nah.
nah, I'm all right. But okay, I feel you. Yeah. But hey, so I appreciate you being honest with me. Appreciate you opening up and actually being on here talking to me and actually giving your point of view about different things. And again, we're gonna do another women's empowerment episode. We're gonna try to get Donna Buddy on here and then another good start. Brother, like the New York that came, I believe, like the end of last year. So you may not know her, but she was supposed to be on here also. But that they picked up with us. So I know those two was actually kind of busy and probably didn't have time to come on. But nevertheless, we're gonna get y'all on again. We're gonna talk about some more stuff. I'll have some more topics for you to speak on. And hey, but congratulations on making it to ALC, and I know you'll do wonderful. Graduate, come back, get that A, get that rank, do big things.
Yes, sir. You know it.
But I ain't gonna hold up too much more of your time. But I appreciate you joining in, and again, you're always welcome on for the culture, and we're gonna get you on here again.
right. Thank you for having me.
No problem. Appreciate you.
Bye.